New World Beta has just ended, and what all has happened. Truthfully, so much has changed about the game since the alpha, but there are so many that are still quite upset with what all the world has done. That being said, let's take a look at some of the things that have happened in the game, at least as they stand out to me. The good, let's start with number 1. The overall feel of the game feels like a AAA should. It's smooth, sleek, and functions quite well. That's to be expected from a billion-dollar industry. Number 2. The map is quite well designed and fairly large, but it is a beta. There's a lot of leadway, especially as you progress throughout the areas. Number 3. I love the additions of some of the dungeons. It's not really a true MMO if you don't have to grind out for some of that sweet, sweet dungeon. Number 4. I like how some of the towns are a little bit different now. As they pan out, they're still a little bit the same, but it's not as bad. Number 5. This ties in a little bit with number 1, but the graphics are stunning for what it's worth. In the original part of the beta for the first week, I ran a GTX 960. That's before I got a new PC, and it still looked pretty good. However, after I got my 2060 and my new PC, it was a little bit more well defined and it definitely ran smoother. Number 6. I enjoy the idea of the skill tree. And by enjoy, I mean love. The idea that you can build something a little bit different than everybody else and still gives you some type of edge is just awesome to me. Okay, number 7. Honestly, there's so much to talk about here, but it's got to be crafting. I really enjoy that you have to work hard for your loot, especially the super tier stuff, the upwards of level 100s and more. Let's just hope the in-game equipment is made by using those kind of resources and not always what you get in a dungeon. However, this concludes what goes into my good, and it brings in the bad. My worry with this game is that it's still just too buggy for the game to be worth anything. Yeah, and I'm afraid that it just won't get taken care of in the length of time needed. This is not due to enough time for the alpha or the beta testers to have had time to take out the kinks. But the problem is that do you really want another Final Fantasy 17 or an Albion or World of Warcraft? Realistically, just chill out, enjoy the game. So here's the bottom 7 things on this list for New World so far. Number 1. There's no surprise here, but it's definitely the combat. The combat itself is great and all, but when everybody else has some kind of combo with a great axe and something else, it really becomes a pain. At the very beginning of the beta, I used the sword and shield combo because I never played, and I found that it was been the best combo for blocking and counterattacking. Until I found out the raw power of the axe. And after that, I had to try it. I never got to master it, but in the beta though, it was stupidly overpowered. This makes me worry that the axe will be just another version of the hatchet from the alpha, if they're not too careful. Number 2. PvP versus PvE. Now there is a difference here, albeit most probably won't agree with me. In PvP, the level scaling is great. I love the idea that a level 50 can't destroy a fresh level 14 in PvP without trying it for the first time. Granted, they still probably get massacred, but at least they get to last a few extra moments, right? Right. Number 3. Enemies are all the same. I mean, literally, Amazon. What the hell? Enemies on every level are the same. When you first come into the game, you're fighting a drowned corrupted soldier, which makes sense, you just got off the boat. Until you're mid-20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and you're fighting the same looking enemy or worse. I mean, it's just the same level, or the same opponent, just higher level. Like, it's so very terrifying. Oh my god. Number 4. The forum. Like, holy god, the forum. I love a community feedback, and nothing screams feedback like your own forums. But the forum is so currently divided between hardcore no-life players and the so-called plebs or the normal guys, i.e. myself. But it's just, people work. When you work a full 40-hour plus job like I do, which explains content time is why things don't get out as fast, it totally makes sense. Like, hardcore gamers that were in the forums were screaming at the top of their lungs that they were able to hit level cap in a week, and that there's just not enough in the game for them to do. Like, bro, go outside, make some friends. There's plenty of life achievements out there. And I'm pretty sure that the map is much bigger in the real world than there's ever going to be in the beta. Okay, number 5, self-explanatory, but it's the quests. I have to mention this because why not, right? Especially with the community board, and then you get your faction quests, and then you get all these other side quests. But who in all of the world wants to go through and go to the same spot 3 times in a row for the same quests? Or something close to the same quest? Like, if I have to kill one more miner at that freaking mine, I might as well just throw myself out the window for self-entertainment. Might as well. Number 6, speaking of quests, how about that fast travel, huh? Yeah, it's pretty fun killing a bunch of stuff like 4 kilometers away from where you've been. But you've been too lazy to register at the nearby inn. So, you know, of course, you're like, oh god, yeah, I'm killing things, I'm making plenty of things, and then poof, you're over encumbered. Can't move. Now, you drop some stones because you know you picked up a boulder about a click back. But it doesn't matter. Your fast travel ain't working. That's a bummer. Well, at least they still have the death mechanics where you can go kill yourself with a wolf and then respawn wherever you want, right? Yeah. So, that brings in number 7. Honestly, I don't hate it, but there has to be a point to it. As I just said above, the whole go kill yourself part, death is not taken seriously enough. Like, I get the whole idea that you level up and have better gear, and it takes more time to repair, and it takes more equipment, but it just doesn't do enough. If you die and it's in PvE, there should be some type of timer on your grave that you have to grab for a time limit. Literally, it's not difficult with fast travel or the use of other abilities, cough cough, the great axe bum rush. But PvP and PvE should have stricter limits. Let's take PvP. It should have a much stricter death penalty. Like, if you initiate the battle, you should have the potential to drop 30% of whatever you're carrying, including gear and materials. If you didn't, maybe 10 or 20. This is an honorable mention, but for the love of God, Amazon, find a way not to nuke our PCs. Now, these are just some of the things that I found playing my time through the beta. I really found the game to be refreshing, but with what little time they had left till launch, it kind of worries me. I'm hoping for the best, and I know things will change, and the map will expand, so I'm not too worried as of right now. But there has to be some kind of major updating, or most will have to have everything maxed in 6 months. That's PvE, PvP maxing everything. Well, let's just hope it fixes itself. But that's where you guys come in. I appreciate everything for you guys watching the video. If there's something you agree or disagree with me, just leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe for the videos. There'll be plenty of more content on New World coming forward, especially when it drops at the end of August, beginning of September. As always, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.